What up, Bangladesh? Yeah, we doing it like this. Phone Homie presents the Slab Hour. Get them torches ready. Fired up. WLBSradio.com.
You see rainy road, it's all the tools embedded in my chest piece. On my army, especially unique to bring catastrophe. All my squad be waiting up for me to come and take the lead. Now we headed out in your direction just to check on things. Who these niggas think they talking to? I make them run from me. When I pull up, she in slow motion while she run to me. I don't give no fuck about none of you boys, you won't be seen with me. You rappers talking shit, but you still wanna feature me. All my niggas smoking where we are, you can't say anything. Gundam gas laced inside my blood, I'm smoking everything. Should I pull up?
I had to clear that one. Yo, finish your milk. Turp it up.
That be worse than what the nature bring. Why she looking at me like I got her ass a wedding right? I look back at her and I say, ho, do you know anything? I can't trust this bitch, that's how I'm feeling, left it permanently. I move with my own devotion, fuck whoever in front of me. Who? I hear these rappers talking shit, but they still wanna feature me. Bitch, come watch me laugh while I deny a whole company. I'm the worst thing that could've happened to this industry.
It's your boy DJ A Boogie. Live. #1 cannon show in the world. In the galaxy. Shout out to Neptune. Phone Homie presents the Slab Hour. Get them torches ready.
You bitch.
Ladies and gentlemen, Washington, D.C. and worldwide, Phone Homie presents the Slab Hour! Woo! Yeah, the Slab Hour. Hold aboard, motherfucking Slab Hour time. I'm looking at these glasses, and there's a weird tint in the eye. It makes me look like my one eye is going a little bit lefter. Right there, yeah, okay. All right, we're good. Shit, good, we got the glare. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks again. Welcome to the Slab Hour. I am Phone Homie, a Washington, D.C. resident of Washington, D.C. for 12 years now. And a medical cannabis card holder, also a medical cannabis patient over at Tacoma Wellness Center, right over in Tacoma, Washington, D.C. So, this is the Slab Hour where we take that 420 and that 710 stigma, the rest of the pot culture that has been shoved into the corner and put into dark places. We are trying to take that and show that we deserve a better light in space in the world, because we're doing some good things, and the plant itself that has been here before us is doing even more amazing. Go ahead and bring Wookie on, please. I feel lonely without him. Shout out to Wookie, everybody.
I knew something was missing.
Yeah, I know something was missing.
Something was missing.
He's been with us since like day one. Wookie he got the Jeremy Scotts and everything. Very American.
He's the Wookiee of the year.
He is. He is the Wookiee of the year.
I did it.
I did it. I know. We see what you did. Come on. I mean, perfect timing, too. Star Wars is coming up. And why am I even doing this drop? But Star Wars is coming up December 15th. And
as if you didn't know.
Yeah, if you didn't know already. And I'm not going to lie, as overwashed as I think it's going to get soon, I'm still very excited to see the movie in theaters everywhere. So, yeah. Say what you will, but I have a very distinct love. I mean, it hits the very nostalgic places. And we just lost Princess Leia. General Leia, unfortunately. Last year, you didn't know that? No, or recently, this past year, yeah. So I mean, it's very traumatic for us as people who love the show. I mean, they love the movie and the whole story itself. If you haven't noticed already, I'm very Gary Newman down, even probably down to my hairstyle a little bit. I went to a Gary. It's weird. Lately, I've been discovering old '80s bands I used to love listening to, showing my age, and now some of them are still playing. So I'm getting out there, and man, it was I was mind blown last night. I wish I had some. I do have some videos, but I'm not showing them to you guys because I went a little bit crazy. I don't know. I was probably the only person in there screaming and hollering and pushing up against people. And
were you fanning out?
I'm not. Listen, man. I'm intrigued, man. I'm not intrigued. That's the wrong word. I'm infatuated.
Infatuated.
I'm infatuated with Gary Newman. It's getting hot in here. So
well, before you take that up, is that a savage? Let's just say
Gary Newman.
Gary Newman.
I mean, he just picked out the perfect word right now for this era. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I definitely need one of those hoodies right now.
Immediately.
Gary Newman savage.
Take it off the shelf.
I know, right? I said that last night. I was like, it's very Kanye-esque. Oh, there he is right now. What's up, Gary Newman? Yeah, it's that's my dude right there.
How'd you get there?
Oh, yeah.
How'd you get there? Yeah.
I got the underwears and everything.
Joking, is it me?
Joking.
Is it me or did it get awkward in here?
Hey, I don't care, man. Look, man. Gary Newman to me is amazing. His sound alone is well beyond its time, and he's hard hitting. His music's great. If you have a chance, check him out. If you don't like it, well, that's because we have maybe different musical tastes. But other than that, I think he's fucking awesome. So, and I had a great time last night. I love Depeche Mode and The Cure. Say what you will, man. I grew up in the 80s, So, why did it get so quiet in here? Wait, guys, wait.
They're all Googling the music you're talking about.
I like hip-hop, too. All right, they're coming back in. Good.
Yeah, they're Googling the music.
We almost lost all three of our studio audience. Please, guys, we love you. Don't go anywhere. All right, so we're all right here at the Slab Hour. Whoa, turn that up. Yes. This is the man himself. With my favorite song ever. I would love to sing it to you guys. We're not doing that right now. This is the Slab Hour, everybody. I'm feeling some Gary Newman tonight. I'm drinking on some LaCroix. Yeah. District Dabber over on the side doing his thing. Let's talk about some events real quick, and then after that we'll get into some of the Slab Minute with Chris Crazy. So, every Sunday we do the Slab Hour right here on WLVSradio.com. You can call in on this interactive hotline. There you have 202-308-5271. Again, that's 202-308-5271. On Phone Home, and you can go to phonehomie.com. You can come here over at 2622 Georgia Avenue, Northwest Washington, D.C. Monday, tomorrow, we got a very special event for you guys. District Dabbers and Phone Homies are doing a big pop-up sesh going from 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. Must DM myself or District Dabbers to get that info. Tuesdays, my homie, District Dabbers, you can just pop right in and show him who you are. Host Talking Terps. He's not going to say anything. He's going to say hello. Right? You can see, watch that square. You might want to go to the, there you go. No, over, there you go. Yeah, no, hide behind me? Okay. Yeah, so Talking Terps with my homie, my fellow New Yorican. He's doing it big, District Dabbers. Yeah, he's more than trying. He's killing it. We love him very much, and you will see him on Tuesday from 9 p.m. right over here at WLVSradio.com, Listen Vision Studios. Wednesday's another pop-up session for Me and the Man again, and then Thursday's another pop-up session for Me and the Man again. Does anybody have an iPhone charger? Can we connect it somehow over here so that the live people, shout out to IG Live fam, can still watch and not get disconnected? if we can do something about that. So yeah, I guess we should just get into that little Chris Crazy thing, right? This is the Slab Hour. 1 minute of the Slab Hour should be dedicated to to slabbing, of course, at the very least. Shout out to District Extracts for hooking me up with this really cool dabber right here. Nice, right? Very nice. No, you don't have to. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's very nice of them. Okay, so let's get into that. Did you ever find that proper? Did you ever find that proper dabber, Mr. Where's he at? Where's he at? You guy? Yeah, I'm not trying to shout out his gov. The wrong one. Yeah, so basically I need the carb cap for this right up here. Try to look around for that for me. Thank you. All right, so I'm gonna get into some sauce. I think we'll get into some Laughing Buddha. No, Wi-Fi, and Laughing Buddha. That's gonna work. Yes, that's gonna work. Oh, that's very saucy right there. It's very viscous. Very viscous. So yeah, Chris Crazy, why don't you bring us in?
Slab Hour.
That's right. If you don't know the words, you should, but it's all right. We'll let it go. Let's get some terps.
The terps are glowing just like E.T.'s finger. The goddamn dad
Your
bass
iPhone
don't
charger.
linger. Stoned immaculate like phone homie. I'm Chris Crazy if you don't know me. You punk motherfucker, yeah, I'm terped out. I heard terp saucy out the girl's mouth. We're the pretty bitches, the ones with freckles, and that BHO there got speckles. That's poop soup. Listen to me. That shatter right there, don't listen to me. I'm cool, bro. I'ma watch the Slab Hour and chill out for a dab hour. Motherfucker and twax everything. Married to the terps, don't you see the wedding ring? From Tacoma, the one with the K. And you know we squash rosin all day. Bitch, I'm on it. Twax in this here marijuana. Bitch, I'm on it. Twax in this marijuana.
What?
Welcome to the
Motherfucking
Slab
Dirt Town, you
Hour.
bitch!
Brown banana eating.
Oh, I'm
bitch.
feeling this one. That Wi-Fi, man. You know, which I was just told by some West Coaster that Wi-Fi is actually just white fire. Give me that thing right there. Yeah, give me the plastic right there. I'll put that in my pocket. Yo, I found out that, hey, everybody real quick, I'm still live here. Wi-Fi is actually white fire. These guys played a trick on us. I thought Wi-Fi and Wi-Fi were two different strains. It's the same fucking thing.
Oh, but can you be mad at that's just marketing, man. You can't be mad at that. It's still
They're
good.
laughing at us behind our back.
They're giggling.
They're laughing at us behind our back. I always thought it was two different strains. Anyway, because you know, like Wi-Fi, but then Wi-Fi is like, why Wi-Fi? Because the smell reached another house, right? Wi-Fi, yeah. Okay, so I had a big mistake over there. Anyway, that was a Slab Hour. Shout out to Chris Crazy for dedicating 1 minute of our time to slabs and dabs and taking big donkey ball dabs of copious amounts of THC, donkey ball, whatever. You guys know what I'm talking about. Some additional events, let's see, going on. Let's see. Dun. Okay, so Art and Edible World, finally Saturday, December 16th, that's my birthday. Art and Edible World is hosting a canned food drive. There'll be art, delicious treats, music vendors, and edibles. Make sure you bring canned food and drive. Bring a $10 donation to get in. The event goes from 1 to 7 p.m. Saturday, so make sure you check out their website for information. Let's get into some news, actually. All right, some news. Massachusetts. Considering legalizing cannabis clubs. Now, I've been hearing this around everywhere, even right here in the district. They're talking about getting clubs started. You know, you have to be an eligible member of the club in order to partake, and that might be on the horizon. The new wave of different sort of semi-legal things going on.
I don't think they heard
quote
you,
unquote,
man.
What?
That's major. That's
is.
major. I don't
It
think
is.
they heard you, man. That's cannabis
I don't think people
clubs.
are really listening.
Yeah, that's
Like having actual clubs, a place that you can go to and lounge on, whatever our status, everyday basis, and really get your medicating on or get your recreation on. So, quote unquote, let's hit the club may have a whole new different meaning in Massachusetts very soon, with the recreational use of marijuana, or cannabis, I should say, becoming legal in the state of July, in the state in July, not the state of July. All sorts of high shit going on right now. Many have talked about the advantages of cannabis clubs. A Cannabis Advisory Board subcommittee member suggested the idea on Tuesday, and it could lead to the development of lounges and bars that, instead of alcohol, sell cannabis. The package store model is old-fashioned, and the consumer really wants an outlet, a place to consume cannabis and do it safely, said Cannabis Advisory Board member Michael Latulipe. And I'm sorry if I'm fucking that name up, but Latulipe. Regulators believe that such lounges would reduce the risk of kids getting their hands on the drug, while also putting a limit on the illegal distribution of it outside of the state. It would also provide a safe environment for those who cannot smoke where they are staying, whether it's a hotel, a non-smoking apartment, or a home with kids in it. And then, quote unquote, by having these on-site facilities, we could potentially alleviate the need for some parents to go home with the cannabis themselves, allow them to consume it on-site, Latulipe said. It also alleviates the issue of interstate trafficking with tourists and people who are going to be coming to the state. Requiring them to buy large quantities of cannabis could cause for some problems, end quote. For varying levels of cannabis use in shops, Latulipe, hey, listen, anytime we do these stories, let's take out the word marijuana and add in the word cannabis.
Thank you.
Okay? I'm reading, it's like a teleprompter sometimes, I'm trying working on it right here, right? Everything's impromptu, all right? Deal with it. So, ho.
Good
yes.
King's English. Yes.
No, yes, ho, because without the hoe, you cannot grow. We all need a garden hoe. Right. What are you talking about?
Without the hoe, you cannot grow.
Right, exactly. We must respect the hoe. Yes, because gardening is very important.
Without the track, there be no scratch.
Need to keep the hoe straight. Need to keep the hoe in the ground and grounded. That's for growing. So, so basically, for varying levels of cannabis use in shops, and Latulipe suggested very different levels of licensing, very similar to the way tobacco and alcohol industries are regulated and licensed today. We could develop tiered licensing in a sense similar to how alcohol is managed in the terms of wine and beer and hard liquors already for bar establishments. Basically, this tiered licensing would include inhalation, ingestion, and dermal application, as well as one retailer license that would encompass all types of marijuana consumption, cannabis consumption. He said, as he concluded with, quote, "There are so many businesses possible in terms of consumption of marijuana. We don't want to limit it to just inhalation. There's a lot of, for instance, massage therapy places that want to incorporate dermal application of the marijuana products," end quote. Heard why I said end quote. That's why I didn't switch it out, right?
You could literally make a clean, happy ending. Like your happy ending is you just getting happy off of a massage, or
for those that want to stay true and dear to their marital promises. The new happy ending will include you getting stoned by the topical application.
There it is.
We no longer need to get into other realms, but again, it's your choice if you want to do whatever you want to do. So that's interesting that you said that.
I know.
All right, so deep. There are many possible alternatives. Tiered licensing. While a good start would also have to be accompanied by a set of basic rules and regulations regarding cannabis use in clubs of this nature, similar to a bar or nightclub, many ideas for guidelines of this nature were submitted to the Cannabis Control Commission for consideration, including a suggested serving size for customers, a maximum number of servings allowed for immediate use, and a set of daily exposure limit where a bud tender would cut off customers when they saw them go past their limit or as they see fit. So does that mean if I go into a fucking club and I'm like, yo, bud tender, let me get about like 3.5 of a slizzam, right? And he's like, okay, here you go. Coming in. All right, phone homie up in this bitch, turping it up. You're done. That's not fair.
I'm just getting started.
Yeah, right? That's the beginning of this. Right? What the fuck? Man, I hope there's a button that knows who phone homie is. Right? Some people don't have a fucking maximum. They don't have a limit.
I think that's part of their
Alright.
job to know that.
Yeah, exactly. It should be. You should know who certain people are in the industry before you cut them off. Yeah. Every day next week, the CCC has committed to having meetings to work out a set of regulations which are expected to be mandates for the cannabis clubs. The committee is a hopeful draft and will be ready and available by what? December 29th. Yeah. Getting it in there very quickly, not wasting time. Let's finish out the year with a bang, or a bong, or a rig, or some slabs, or some motherfucking scissors. Yeah, turn that louder. Yeah, exciting. So, according to a new report according to a new report, all drugs, not just cannabis, are getting stronger. Wow. Can anybody attest to this? Don't answer that. A new report released by the DEA shows that the decades-long war on drugs has done next to nothing to stop the rise in potency of the drugs on the street.
Zero things.
Zero things.
Meanwhile, it was like $64 trillion later.
Yeah, right? And
Zero
we're
things.
still deep in the deficit. We're like, financially.
Meanwhile, that
Yeah.
Molly is fire.
Yeah. The bud and the drugs are getting, yeah, right. The country's drug overdose problem is at an all-time high, averaging about 64,000 deaths a year and rising. These numbers have now overtaken the Americans killed in the Vietnam War and the annual deaths from HIV and AIDS at the epidemic's peak. These deaths, however, are masking a more troubling concern. Opiates have never had a better value on the market than they do today. The value of cocaine, methamphetamine, and cannabis are also following similar patterns as they all increase in strength while their cost decreases, according to the report released by the DEA. That's also, too, if you think about it, like people's tolerances are getting stronger for all this stuff, too. Years and years of doing this, generations passed on, DNA passed on, whatever, the tolerance level becomes evolutionized, like everything else in life.
Even just consuming that higher potency over time is going to increase your tolerance, right? So, it's obvious that people would, just get used to it, right?
Yeah, that's true. The Real City on IG Live, he says, Google THCO acetate. That's pretty interesting. If you are intrigued by that, go to Google and type in THCO, it's like a zero, acetate. Getting back to what we were talking about, according to experts say that the developments are caused by simple market forces within the illegal drug world. According to users and health professionals, heroin is cheaper and stronger than ever. Now, isn't fentanyl? There's even something stronger than fentanyl out right now. It's crazy. San Francisco, a town used to be known for its weak and costly smack, is now a place where one $20 bag will do what 4 bags would have done just 10 years ago. We're not saying this so that you can go and fucking travel to fucking San Francisco, okay? Chill.
So if my math is right, and now I'm not the biggest rig in the head shop, but
Nice.
you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
if my math is right, that's 4 times the potency.
Yeah.
One bag could do what 4 did
10 years ago.
10 years ago.
Yeah.
And we talking about heroin?
Heroin.
That's
yes.
crazy.
Just good old heroin. Not bad old heroin. Yeah. Not good old, yes. So basically, let's see. Methamphetamine, according to the DEA, is now measured at 96% pure. 4% stronger than it was in 2011. Everything's by the 4s right now. The average potency of cannabis taken by the DEA has risen from 4% THC in 1995 to 11% in 2015, which is actually weak as fuck.
Talking about that swag.
I'm talking about that 36%. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what fucking 11% you're talking about.
Let's
Shit.
go with their numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Stick with that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is not even considered the rise of cannabis concentration, a new revelation that anyone with a bag of trim and some butane can make some hash oil. It's a little bit more complicated nowadays, but that's okay. We'll, just for the sake of the story, we'll let it pass. The average strength of hash rose from a mere 13% THC in 1995 to a whopping 56% in 2015, causing it almost to quadrupling in strength in only 20 years. Again, with the 4s. No one should be surprised to hear that cannabis is not only increasing in strength, but availability as well, due to somewhat almost akin to the space race where underground growers are breeding and competing to try and find the best strain they can and producing more cannabis as they go. In a real way, the same mentality is the driving force behind the operators of meth super labs and heroin dealers mixing fentanyl into the bags of brown sugar to take their products to the next level. Really? That's real? They put brown sugar in their fentanyl? Oh.
Street
Okay.
slang. Street slang.
Yeah,
phone
let's not add no street slang into this again. Yeah, but
That
okay, I
brown
get it.
sugar.
I want some of your brown sugar. Right. Okay.
D'Angelo.
Wow.
Speaking of heroin.
Oh
Yeah.
God, no!
Hey.
No!
Hey, he was
Okay.
dropping jewels.
Moving on. Let us not be judging things. All right. It could have been the chocolate tie, yeah. Or the ladies, obviously. The ladies. Wow, the lady. God, no! Okay. Anyway, let's move on. Simple capitalist competition in an oversaturated market is pushing the drug makers to strengthen their stock, says drug policy expert who spoke with the LA Times. I've got to believe that the higher potency is to compete with the higher potency of other drugs available on the market. Rosalie Licardo Pacula, director of the Bing Center for Health Economics, which is based in Santa Monica, in a drug policy expert with the RAND Corporation, told the Times. The combination of the oversaturated, unregulated market and increased demand for these products has caused the war on drugs to have the opposite effect that was desired by those that put it into motion. In other news, will car insurance rates go up because of legal weed? Again, you guys should be listening to this because this appeals to anybody who owns a car. A research organization has released a report based on crash data from states that have legalized recreational cannabis, saying that the collision claims in those states are 3% higher than in states that have no legalized cannabis. This poses the question, does this mean that the car insurance will go up in states that legalize? According to the Highway Loss Data Institute, a nonprofit organization wholly funded by the auto insurance companies, Colorado, Oregon, and Washington experienced a higher rate of collision claims following recreational cannabis being legalized. Some New Jersey drivers are worried as the state moves towards legalization. Already, New Jersey's auto insurance premiums are the highest in the country, according to a report put out in July. Then, on average, a New Jersey resident will pay $1,375. That's $1,375 in auto insurance, compared to the national average of $1,318. It's not that much of a fucking difference. With the election of the new governor, Democrat Phil Murphy, earlier this month, legalization of marijuana has come into the political discussion in the Garden State. The campaign Murphy ran called for legalization, claiming that the state will bring in $300 million a year in taxes from a regulated marijuana market, or shall I say cannabis market. Murphy has promised that within the first 100 days in office, he will legalize cannabis in New Jersey, and sources say the bill is ready to be signed. However, the movement towards legalization has not been without criticism. State Senator Ronald Rice called for hearings on the issue, saying that we needed to, quote, to make sure that we really delve into the details of this issue, end quote. The reason for being the potential increase in impaired drivers was a deep concern. Senator Joe Panaccio released a statement that said, in part, the reality is that legalizing weed will resolve New Jersey's affordability crisis, especially when you consider how much money we are going to have to spend just to make sure law enforcement officials have the resources to handle a massive increase in drugged driving. But these statements do not represent the reality. There will not be an increase in, quote, drugged driving, end quote, according to the study done this past August by Transportation Research. According to the study, only 11% of randomly surveyed drivers said they had any future intentions of driving under the influence of cannabis. Many believe that driving under the influence is more prevalent than it actually is. Quote, only a small minority of respondents have the intention to drive after using cannabis. 11%, a large percentage of respondents, 34.6%, thought that most drivers intend to drive after using cannabis. Also, the perception that most drivers greater than 50% have the attitude that the DUIC is enjoyable, 36.3, and cool, 19.2, seems to be exaggerated because relatively few drivers actually reported these attitudes, 12.3 and 3.4% respectively, end quote, said the study. Responsible consumers of cannabis will be careful, as they've always have been, and the taxes and regulations imposed on cannabis, oh damn it, will pay many times over for the cost of monitoring roads for impaired drivers.
Yo, hold on.
Yeah.
That's gonna fuck with me. What was that? Was that a timer that just went off?
What?
You hear that? The
What
timer
that?
went off. I don't know. Yeah.
No.
All right.
Well, I know that my phone just died.
Oh, there it is. All right.
So
I'll go with it. Yeah.
I've been looking
yo.
for an iPhone
I was
charger.
saying, yo, I'm either having a stroke right now.
Yeah,
or
that's
the
one of my cars.
motherfucking
Get my
timer
keys.
just went
Yep,
off.
yep,
All right,
yep.
just making sure.
Yeah. Do we have a
Turn it
break? Yo,
up.
do we have a break going on? Is there a break? Can I afford a break? All right, let me finish this. It's very impromptu of us over here. Just set them up with the break. I'm gonna finish up, and we'll get into break in just a few seconds. Responsible consumer, blah, blah. Even with the Highway Loss Data Institute, which is funded and supported entirely by the auto insurance industry, only points to a minor increase in collisions of 3%. The Colorado Department of Transportation has a list of guidelines for driving while stoned. The penalties are the same for driving while drunk, and refusing to take a blood test will revoke the right to drive. These standards can easily be adopted and adapted for New Jersey's own DUI purposes. This devalues the argument that legalizing cannabis will affect car collisions or insurance premiums, and poses the question, why are senators and politicians continuing to oppose legalization in New Jersey? Is that good enough to go on a break? Did I get a break and I come back to news? Do I deserve a break, somebody, please? Out there? Anybody?
Chances are that you know someone that smokes weed from time to time, and seeing that this channel's age demographic is pretty much in line with the age of people that smokes the most weed, you probably smoke a bit as well, and wouldn't be surprised if you're high right now. But what happens when you mix a little bit of that THC with your workouts? What happens when you work out high? For those of you that don't know much about marijuana, the most important substance in it is tetrahydrocannabinol, aka THC. THC has a huge effect in one system of the body known as the endocannabinoid system. In fact, your body produces its own THC-like substances known as, well, endocannabinoids. When endocannabinoids or THC binds to cannabinoid receptors, primarily in the brain, it causes all types of fascinating effects that pot users are familiar with. Now the question is whether any of these effects can help you with your workouts. First, let's make it clear that even though it's more widely accepted today, smoking marijuana is still illegal in most states and many countries. Because of that, this channel does not condone the use of marijuana. Goal of this video is to look at what we know about marijuana and how it can help or hurt your gains at the gym. Whether you choose to use marijuana or any other THC-inducing drug is solely your choice. Now let's face it, most people's image of a marijuana user is not what we would call physically active. The cliche lazy couch dwelling pot smoker almost makes it seem like smoking weed will do absolutely nothing in terms of fitness. But many athletes say otherwise. Some triathletes have said that consuming THC-laced edibles were able to help them focus better in physical activities. Some athletes say that getting high allowed them to take away anxiety during workouts. Marathon runners have said that smoking weed before a run allowed them to get into a groove easier, and it makes it feel like they can run much longer. So the anecdotes of professional athletes seem to give a thumbs up to bongs up. But what about actual research? Well, the thing is, not too many research is out there since marijuana and THC is still classified as a Schedule I illegal substance. But we do have some research, and the information is quite interesting. First is the connection of marijuana and the good feeling after a long jog known as the runner's high. It was long believed that runner's high came from the release of beta endorphins, but now studies say that's not true since endorphins cannot reach the brain. Instead, it's most likely from endocannabinoids, which can reach the brain. Since marijuana's THC share the same effects as endocannabinoids, it can be possible to increase the sensation of a runner's high if you smoke a bit before you run. Not exactly improving performance, but at least improve the enjoyment of exercise. As far as improving performance, unfortunately, it seems that all studies are pointing to zero. In terms of power output, studies have found that when performing a cycling test at maximal effort, smoking marijuana caused subjects to exhaust faster. Another study showed a placebo beat out marijuana in an endurance test. They even found that smokers routinely had an elevated heart rate and blood pressure. This can be discomforting and problematic for people at risk for coronary heart disease. And even though, yes, smoking marijuana can reduce stress and pain sensations, which can even help you push through a few more reps, this can pose as a huge risk. Since many of the early indicators of injury from physical activity is discomfort and joint pain, smokers might not be able to timely identify pain injury signals before it's too late. And THC is also a psychoactive drug that can impair coordination and slow down reaction time. A study found that smoking 17 milligrams of THC caused users to run into walls more frequently and took longer to complete a virtual maze test. A caveat, though, is that people smoking only 13 milligrams of THC did as well as non-smokers. On top of this, another study showed that if smokers were given a chance to practice, they were able to perform just as well as non-smokers in a reaction test. So if you do choose to work out high, perhaps smoke just a little bit and make sure you get enough warm-up practice before you go heavy. And one more possible positive, but not fully proven, is that marijuana can serve as a vasodilator. This means that it can improve blood flow by widening your arteries, which can help with delivering nutrients to your muscles, and vasodilation has shown to even improve soreness, a small win for Grass City. Now, putting everything in perspective, it doesn't seem like working out high is that great of an idea. There's just no proven performance benefits, and it might even make it worse. But if taking a few puffs will help you with your workout, then don't let this video stop you from puffing away. Stay high and stay active. What's your thoughts on working out high? Share in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share it, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, we're back. That was a little break time that we had, a little burlesque film or something like that about some weed. That was actually one of the first anti-marijuana ads. That little black and white one. It was a little bit lengthy, so we decided to cut it a little bit. But the last thing that you saw was actually some HTFSC crystals. The crystalline THC crystalline built upon itself on the side of a mason jar or side of a baller jar, and then was somehow scooped out perfectly, and the held together so perfectly that it formed like a little crown almost over the inside of the cup. Just amazing, beautiful things that THC can do, both visually and physically and mentally and all that good stuff. So yeah, cool. I thought I'd show that video because it's becoming more and more prevalent. All of this sauce and this and these diamonds and things of that nature being brought into effect into our culture. It's awesome because the potency, yes, has been getting a lot better. Back in news, actually, let me light this up real quick. I'm smoking on some Sunset Sherbet. Shout out to Esperanza who came through with this. This is some nice flower. I guess the only thing I have is a torch, so we'll work with that. So much for a lighter. You got a lighter? I'm already there. DJ A Boogie on the ones and twos. How you doing, man? How you doing over there?
Man, I'm chilling, man. I'm trying to figure out where that J came from because at commercial break, there was no J and nobody was rolling.
And then suddenly a J just rolled out. Shout out to Jay for that J. So, anyway, getting back in the news. Not everyone's happy about Nova Scotia's plan to sell weed at liquor stores. When recreational cannabis became legal across the country, when it becomes legal, next summer the Canadian province of Nova Scotia plans to begin selling weed at liquor stores. The Nova Scotian government made an announcement this week that the marijuana will be sold through liquor corporation and outlets licensed by the province. Across most of Canada, including Nova Scotia, the legal drinking age is 19. Nova Scotia's Justice Minister Mark Fury said at a news conference that the legal age to possess, use, or purchase cannabis would be 19 as well, despite concerns raised by some health-related organizations. The chief medical officer for health for Nova Scotia suggests the age of 21 or even 25, citing the fact concerns about the effect of marijuana on a developing brain. Once cannabis is legalized in Canada, adults will be allowed to possess up to 30 grams for personal use and consumption. Up to 4 plants per household will be allowed as well. The Trudeau, how do you say that? Trudeau. The Trudeau administration introduced legalization this year to legalize recreational marijuana by July 2018. It is up to the individual provinces to determine the details on how it will be sold and distributed. Minister Fury did not detail how many Nova Scotia Liquor Corporation stores will carry cannabis. Speaking to the press, Fury said the NSLC has the experience and expertise to distribute and sell restricted products like alcohol and now cannabis in a socially responsible way. He continued, we believe that the NSLC is best positioned to sell cannabis, keeping it out of the hands of young people and make it legally available in a safe, regulated way. 19 is still young. Fury said that the dispensaries that are running today will be legal under the new regulations for the province. Nova Scotia hopes to use growing facilities approved to cultivate cannabis in the province. However, there are only 2 facilities in Nova Scotia that have been approved by Health Canada. Fury also said that it may be a challenge for the NSLC to acquire enough cannabis to meet the expected demand. In the end, he stated, quote, our objective is to secure the product locally, end quote. According to the Nova Scotia government, an online survey regarding the legal cannabis was completed over 31,000 times. People who took the survey were split over the question about the sale and distribution of cannabis, like the NSLC commanding the role as a main distributor for the province. Only 49% of the respondents agreed that the provincial liquor corporation should be operating as a sales outlet for cannabis. Now, another question in the survey asked whether cannabis should be available for ordering online with home or store delivery. More than half of those surveys expressed a desire for standalone dispensaries instead of the drug, or should I say the plant, being sold alongside alcohol in existing stores. And that is for sure. That ends our news for the day.
I think the drug they were talking about was alcohol. Did they want the drug being sold next to the cannabis?
We should only hope. We should only hope. So that brings us to the end of our news today. Holidays. Holidays are up around the corner, and we're all getting ready to travel, do things, get out there. So I advise you guys to be very safe, especially when you got your family around and everything like that. But, think smart when it comes to getting your... I just lost my concentration. Anyway, let's get into the trans high market quotations. Basically, we do this at least once a month, where we go over the different prices of cannabis in your local area. If you guys want to hear it, let me know. If not, we will go ahead and skip over. So in Alabama, anybody? Alaska. All right, Anchorage. Sour diesel going for $3.75. Wasilla, King Tut going for $200 an ounce. Arizona. Arkansas.
What's up with Phoenix?
Yeah, well, it's not Phoenix, but Flagstaff.
Flagstaff, okay.
Yeah, Flagstaff has got the Void, which is $225 an ounce. Arkansas, I don't know about Arkansas. California, Los Angeles got the Jesus Kush, $260. San Francisco got the Gorilla Glue number 4, $240. Colorado and Edgewater has Blue Dream for $240. Connecticut, right here on the East Coast, in Norwich, Granddaddy Kush for $280. That's not that bad, actually, for the East Coast. For the East Coast. Florida, Orlando, Mango Diesel. Yeah, Mango Diesel, $280. Now, see our price before we were talking all the price was $420, and now they're down to $280. It's crazy.
280.
Yeah, it's nuts. Georgia, Atlanta's got the Goji OG for $280. Hawaii and Honolulu has got the OG Kush.
$700.
$450.
Damn. Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's the only excuse is that you got to, it's an ounce.
So is it that Hawaii is just not the right climate to grow? Is that what it is? Or it's no competition?
Well, I mean, it's an island out there. It's where else are you going to get it?
I feel you.
Exactly is right. It's island competition. Anybody on the island's gone, they pretty much are going to keep that price high. It's what it seems to be.
Legalization. When legalization comes to Hawaii, I think you're going to see a major difference in that. And that's the type of stuff.
It's still going to be pricier than inside the States.
At least people have an option. You know what I mean? They be growing it all
the
over the
option
island.
is to give away their weed for cheaper or give it way more expensive and make more money because they don't barely make any money on the island anyway.
They got the natural. The lava rocks, the real lava rocks.
Hey, I got an ashtray around here. Ashtray, I need an ashtray. So what else we got? Going into Idaho. Idaho, anybody? All right,
nope.
Sure. Pineapple, $280. Illinois, Champagne Joylet, OG Kush, $420. $420. Joylet, Blue Dream, $280. Indianapolis, Lemon Haze, $450. Lebanon, Girl Scout Cookies, $420. Over in Kentucky, Albany, Critical Kush, $360. Louisiana, we got Shreveport for OG Kush, $280. Maine, Banger, Strawberry Diesel, $280. Maryland, right here in Baltimore, okay, Ghost Train Haze, $360. Massachusetts, Springfield, Girl Scout Cookies, $280. That's $280 across the board. Michigan, Ann Arbor, $450 for Motor Breath. Wow. That's crazy because Michigan's got like a pretty good scene over there. So
What was it? What was it in Michigan?
$450.
Woo.
$450 in Michigan, which is kind of nuts. Motor Breath, $450. Minnesota, Mississippi, Montana. Anybody shout it out if you want to hear it. Las Vegas.
Vegas.
Go ahead, get the Deadhead OG for $253. I don't know where that $3 came from, but $253.
Delivery charge. Delivery charge. They come right to your hotel room.
Probably.
That's that $3 because they know cats on tip.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, probably, you know what I mean? You can
Throw the
bet
tip
for,
on there.
You can bet for pennies out there. New Mexico, New Jersey, Atlantic City.
Yeah, what's up?
Blue Dream for $200.
AC.
Wow, think about that. New Jersey, Blue Dream for $200 in Atlantic City. That's actually pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
Not that I want no Blue Dream, but
yeah. Yo,
that's on the
could
Blue Dream.
Atlantic City grow OG?
Ocean City.
I mean, Atlantic City.
Atlantic
City.
City?
Or Ocean City.
think
Or does it
grow
have to
OG?
be on the Pacific Coast? Because OG, ocean grown,
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but
it wouldn't probably
it's
have
ocean
that.
grown. I guess the spray of oceans coming in from the west. I guess I don't even.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
I
if
don't
that
know.
makes-
Might be
I
too
don't
much
know, yeah.
pollution.
I have no idea. I still
Atlantic City
don't.
V.
I can't even answer that educated. In New York, New York, Sour Kush.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Brooklyn.
$480.
Whoa.
$480.
That's
people.
a stunner.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
Talk about the gas face. Remember the gas face?
Yeah,
You guys would give it
that would
that
get
would
the
get
gas
the
face
gas
right
face.
there. North Carolina, go ahead over to High Point, get the Mango Kush. Oh, hold on, we got a call in right now. Right here on the pot line, 202-308-5271. Let's see who's calling in. Welcome to the pot line. Right here on the Slab Hour. May I ask who's calling in?
Yo,
Yes.
this is major success. TKO Blade. I love y'all. Listen Vision Studio. DJ Boom. Major success. Flat Boss Music. We love y'all.
Thank
Keep
you.
it up.
We appreciate it. Thank you so much, man.
Championship year.
Awesome sauce. Thank you for tuning in, man.
King Feet come to the airway.
No doubt. All right, brother. Talk soon, bro. Go ahead. Thank you. Very.
He forgot to plug his IG.
Yeah, right.
That was the only
Yeah.
thing that was missing.
That was,
Well, shout out to him, man. Peace.
yeah. I see. Ohio, Columbus, Super Silver Haze 480. Oklahoma, 450 for some. Listen to this. In Shawnee, Oklahoma, Reggie right now is going for $450. Literally called Reggie. Reggie.
That's just the
Reggie, $450.
No, Reggie's the name of the strain, right? We talking about
I never heard of a strain called Reggie.
Let's go with.
I know what Reggie is.
You know what I mean?
I know what Reggie is.
Nah, that's it. It's gotta be a strain called. It's gotta be right.
Yeah.
Otherwise, where was that?
It's in Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
In
They
Shawnee.
getting you out
Yeah,
there in
getting you
Oklahoma,
in the
man.
okay.
Hey,
Give you the-
don't let them talk to you like
give you
that.
the okie doke.
Tell them to talk to you nice, man.
Go over to Salem, Oregon, where you can get green crack for $322. Wow. There it is again. Those odd numbers. Pennsylvania, right here in Philly, you can go get the White Rhino for $280. Rhode Island, Warwick, Girl Scout cookies, $290. Tennessee, Nashville, Hydro, just listed as Hydro, $300. Utah, Salt Lake City, you get Tahoe OG for $400. Vermont, Bennington, Lemon Haze, $320. Virginia, Winchester, Blue Diesel, $320. Washington State, Issaquah, XJ13, $260. And I'm telling you, that's a fucking steal because Washington got that shit. Wisconsin and Appleton get the Lemon Haze also for $300. Australia, holla at your koala. Newcastle, White Rhino for the Australian dollars, $475 an ounce. I don't know how that translates over to the American dollar, so about 3 something, so it's not too bad. Canada, Hamilton, Lemon Skunk, the Canadian dollar, $260, which again, we're pretty much equal to Canada, no? When it comes to the dollar amounts?
Oh yeah, okay. Hey man, I was about to get on my American.
Wait,
you
yeah.
know,
Calm down,
yeah,
patriotism.
Yeah, let's take
Calm
it
down,
easy.
patriotism. Slow
take
down.
it easy.
It's all good.
But yeah, I think
go
we
to-
trading. You know.
Go to the United Kingdom, the Bedford, where you can get the cheese for 180 pounds. So I don't. Again, like I don't know. I thought the United Kingdom was on the euro, but I guess not. I thought they were on the euro. No,
They're on the pound.
Even. Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay. Learn something new every day. Yeah. So even though they are in the EU, they were. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're on the pound now. They ain't messing with the EU at all.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So I guess others would follow now. That's what's happening, right?
Say it one more time.
I said that others are probably following that. No,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a whole other story for a whole other show.
Back
That
to
is-
the prices on the
back to the
weed.
slab hour, transatlantic quotations. Now you know how much it costs in those little places in the United States, and you know where to go. But you come right here to D.C. They never mentioned D.C. in here. And I say what?
Why is that?
I don't know. Because
Maybe we're
just-
too quiet. Maybe we need to make
too
more noise.
quiet? Are you
Maybe we need
kidding
to
me?
make some more noise.
I doubt
When we
we're
go to
too
these
quiet.
places.
D.C.
Oh,
is
that's
not quiet.
it.
D.C.'s
That's
on
not
the
it at all. You right.
DC's on the forefront of everything that's going on right now in cannabis, and we've developed quite a reputation over here. Some people like it, some people don't, but some people don't understand. That's okay. You got to come here to feel it out and play it by ear. You can easily get in contact with quite a few of us over in the area. We'll try to point you in the right direction if we can and have the time. So, that being said, we're getting close to the end of the slab hour. Yeah, I'll take some more dabs. What's your question? What's up?
I was just smelling myself, man. You know what I'm saying?
Play some music.
Here we go. Hey, this is that Architect music, by the way.
Yeah. Do we have any more videos? That was it? We do? What is it about? Grandma dabbing or dabbing granny?
Dabbing. It's a
I only
dabbing
want to see
granny.
the dabbing granny, but let's see what you got over here. Hey, listen, shout out to dabbing granny. I love you. We're not trying to ever impose. You are the queen of dabbing. I subject to you. Go ahead and play this thing. Let's see what they're talking about.
Like a moth to a flame burned by the fire. My love is blind, can't you see my desire?
Is dabbing granny. That is dabbing granny. Can
He's
we make
learning,
sure?
man.
Can we make sure that we have her face in there, or unless it's the video just like that? Okay, very good. Let's get into it then. This is dabbing granny, everybody. I love this woman. It's dabbing granny. Dabbing granny.
Shout out to dabbing granny.
What are you? He said. That's what he said. Yeah. Okay. Can you bring it back? Please bring it back. All right. I only wanted to bring it back because we just wanted to make that correction. That is dabbing granny, everybody. Yeah. Let's come back to that right now, right here on the Slab Hour, WLDSradio.com.
That's the way love goes.
And that's a loving little video from Dab and Granny right there, who's always killing me. We should have gotten the shot where the videos where she's like taking a big rip, taking a bong hit, taking a shot, and taking a beer, killing it, and then just no coughing, no nothing. I mean, it's amazing. I sit here stupefied because I'm gagging and spilling out my esophagus, and she barely even budges. So shout out to her. That is proof that you don't always have to do what Phone Homie does. So yeah, kudos to you, Dab and Granny. Much love. That's pretty much it. I guess we'll go through some of these sauces over here. Last week, Infamous ND came through all the way from I think it was Pennsylvania. Was it somewhere in Pennsylvania? Michigan. No, Michigan. That's right. Sorry, guys. Michigan. My homie came through from Michigan over with some friends and brought it over some distillate right here. Infamous NDS with some distillate. So, looking nice, very pretty. Okay, some pure raw distillate. If you don't know what distillate is, it's crude oil that's been micro-scrubbed down for just the basic brief parts and brought into clear, more of a clear, sticky consistency where they add terpenes back in. Terpenes back into it, and you terp that up. This right here is actually terpenes itself, cannabis terpenes. Oh my God. There you go. So these terpenes right here, which sticky everywhere, is if you come in really close, you can see the separation of crystals from the actual liquid. That's liquid, like watery liquid on the top. Terpenes have a little bit of a less of a THC volume than actually the THC itself. So that separation right there, you'll still get high from the terpenes themselves, but it's a little bit less of a ratio of actual THC that's in the terpenes. What you want is the mixture right here, down here, the actual THCA crystals along with the sauce. And there's a little bit much with this ratio right here. It's hard to get those crystals wrapped up, but it's still an excellent hit on the rig because they are cannabis-derived terpenes. We have another one right here. It's a little bit different of a consistency. Beautiful. It's the Wi-Fi sauce. Just I have a Pendy that actually looks exactly like this, and it's no mistake. This stuff really looks out of this world. A little bit of this Laughing Buddha right here. This is fucking really amazing right here. It has a slightly cheesy sort of taste. Laughing Buddha HTFSC. High terpene, full spectrum extract. And yeah, that's pretty much all that's on the board right now. About to take a big dab. That's what we do, yeah? It's dab time. It's about dab time right now. Make some fucking noise. We get to the end of Slab Hour. If you got something, roll it up. You got something, turp it up. You got something, slab it up.
I don't sing, bitch. Smoking on the dope getting smoked. Smell like a burnt roll.
Actually, what? Next Sunday I'll be in Puerto Rico, by the way. I'm headed to Puerto Rico. My birthday's on the 16th. So, yeah. It's going to be fun. So, yeah, you'll see some footage from out there, and we'll see you next week on the Slab Hour. Let's get into these terps. Do not cut me off until after we take major terp hits. This is how we're going to do it.
I gotta have those terps. Terpenes, that sticky shit, you know? I need terps. Where's the clarity? I gotta have those terps. Terpenes. I need a fat nugget so I can squash it. You got a fat nugget? Mighty nigga then toss it. My direction. Watch me squeeze. Smoke it with the crew. We all be cheesing. Like it's picture day in high school.
Terpenes all aboard.
I choose are great right now.
Terp it up.
Bitch is a super freak. I'll bet you'll hunt me. Let's play a game of tic-tac-toe with the terps. If you ain't know. On top of these
Shout out to
legs,
Gary Newman if you're out there.
3,000 and up, bitch. Open your mouth and push it close.
I'm your number one fan.
Shit drip like a trail from a snail. Do you feel me? If not, then go. Hold it in, bitch. Blow up your knees. Bitch, I gotta have those terps.
Terpenes.
Where's the clarity? Bitch, I need terps. I can smell it, but it's not terrible. I gotta have those terps.
Shout out to the mini nail for this awesome email.
Dab the fuck
JM
out.
Flow Sideglass
Fuck out.
for this awesome customized piece.
Watch me just toss out the window.
Gary Newman for keeping my love alive.
San Francisco or Oakland or Seattle can never count us out. We bounce all of the good ass flavors that you can taste in your mouth. It's right here where I'm at, and I'm smoking a sack with the CBD.
Hop on me. And this has been the Slab Hour. WLBSradio.com.
Hanger if you locked your keys in the car, or to have you dab the fuck out like you drunk at the bar. But really it was the terpene profile, and I'ma smoke it for the whole mile. And then we'll take the freeway exit to the dispensary, get a discount, bitch, if you mention me.